Haha. Yo, what's up, little homies, boys and girls, ladies and gents? Today's topic is about kids talking gang talk, kids walking gang walk. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to walk it, you got to be real, and you can die or do life in the pen. You know what I'm saying? Don't trip. You got this, friend. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk. Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk.
Today I had a slight confrontation. A thug man killed my mic concentration. Yelling out his sin.
Hey, welcome to Kids Talk Gang Talk. I'm your host, Jennifer Lee Trendowski, and this is a show that deals with interventions and alternatives to gang violence. Now, on today's show, we have a really inspiring rap artist who calls himself LUV, the Ambassador. He will be performing with us some of his songs on his soon-to-be-released album. And we're going to hear one of them right now, actually. We're going to hear Where's I'm From, Half Breed, and then When Will It End? And we're also going to be talking a little bit about positive gang prevention as well, to help kids stay away from gangs. So sit back, do not go anywhere, except to get that popcorn. And we're going to be right back to Kids Talk Gang Talk, and here's Where's I From.
Fearless, living no peerless. You don't know where I'm from. If you don't know, now you know. Shit. I'm from the Tracy Circle West Side. My first 5 years of my life. When I was 6, my mama moved it to the east side. Prejudice was slick or black community. With my sister and brother being white, we always had to fight. Ashamed memories bring the pain. We started out rough. Ben Brook had us all shook. Mama go dancing, pimp romancing, grandma enhancing her lifestyle. Time to testify with tears in my eyes. Time to let that truth fly. My, oh my, walking with that blue sky. You don't know where I'm from. If you don't know, now you know. Every city got a ghetto. You don't know where I'm from. If you don't know, now you know. Every city got a ghetto. Always playing tag football in the street. Mama selling the body to make that ends meet. That's when me and my brother laced up the cleats and learned how to compete. Only Christmas Eve was sweet. Presents under the tree, the rest of the year straight misery. Mama tried to make it all up in one day. Christmas the rest of the day, always had to leave. My story most people couldn't believe, wouldn't believe, shouldn't believe. Now you know why we achieved and received this destiny. Although my history was total difficulty, now I got the victory. You don't know where I'm from. I'm from the ghetto. If you don't know, now you know. Every city got a ghetto. You don't know where I'm from. If you don't know, now you know. Every city got a ghetto. The ghetto, I had nothing to lose, just in the city blues. Always thought I was gonna blow a fuse. Always cool, class clown, getting laughs, causing havoc, breaking all the rules. My dreams, you had no clue on what always was here to do. Flew you, the silly rabbit dreams of kids. Now look what I just did, giving hope to the inner city kids. The difference to live, the hardest to forbid. The difference to love and love is to be or not to be. Sincere and compassionately, love is the key to be free. Come walk with me and be free, free. You don't know where I'm from. If you don't know, now you know. Every city got a ghetto. You don't know where I'm from. If you don't know, now you know. Every city got a ghetto. You don't know where I'm from.
4, 3.
Hello, welcome back to Kids Talk Gang Talk. I'm your host, Jennifer Lee Trendowski, and we have here LUV, the Ambassador, here with us today. Thank you for being on our show.
You're welcome.
So let's start with your music. When did you start performing? How young were you when you wanted to start performing?
My dad put me on stage when I was 3, from the church stage to the secular stage. Been doing it all my life.
Were you nervous when you were a kid on stage, or did it just come naturally?
It came natural.
And who were some of your inspirations and role models when you were little in the music industry?
Well, my dad, my nieces and my aunts and uncles.
Were they musicians or singers as well?
Yes.
And what did they sing? Pop music, spiritual music?
My dad grew up in the church singing as well, but he branched off in the Midwest with the Howl Players, the OJs, and the Crowd Pleasers in the 70s, early 80s.
And how did you first start initiating your own career?
It just was a natural progression. Just every day I was around it. So it just came natural.
Do you think you have a particular style? Would you put yourself in any kind of category? Would you be mostly rap, or do you also do R&B?
I'm an international good news lyricist. I bring lyrics that kids need to hear, the world needs to hear.
So songs that have a positive influence
Positive,
on
spiritual,
youth today.
Uplifting situation.
And you have an album coming out soon, is that correct?
Yeah, Love Always.
Okay, and that has some of these songs as well that you're singing today on that album. 3 of the 12. That's great. Tell us about how you got your name, The Ambassador.
The Ambassador is basically, I'm a Christian, so I'm breaking through the traditions and religions about being a gospel artist or a hip-hop artist. I'm the ambassador for Jesus Christ. I'm the one that's going to break through the barriers and not be put in a pigeonhole. Music is music. It's just what spirit's behind it.
And do you consider yourself to be having a market of Christian youth, or you're open to all youth of different religions listening to your music?
Well, everybody don't grow up in the church. That's why Where's I'm From is my first single. I grew up in the ghetto, and every city has a ghetto, just like every city has a church, but everybody's not in the church.
Where did you grow up in most of your time in your childhood?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
And it was
On
pretty
the
rough
west
on the
side,
streets
pretty
there.
rough. Pretty rough.
How can you compare it to LA in any way?
Maybe Compton, East LA. The worst ghetto in this area I would compare it to.
But the level of violence was the same?
Was pretty high.
And I mean, a lot of people I think would think maybe judge Ohio as being, oh, it's out in the Midwest, that they don't necessarily, as you said in your song, have a ghetto or have an area where there might be violence and crime. But you're saying that it's comparable to parts of LA?
Yeah, it's like the comparison today, it's like a war zone, like Baghdad. Every day something could jump off.
When did you move out to LA?
Moved out, I went to school in '92 out here. Then in 2004 I came out here to do movies, music for movies. And then in 2005 I just said I got to all or nothing. So I came out and I said I'm going to make it happen.
Now, when you were growing up in Columbus, did you ever feel pressured to join a gang or maybe go down the wrong path with people that might lead you away from your music and your positive side?
Yeah, my blessing was I was an athlete, so I was a
what sport?
Football, basketball, and track. I was a year-round athlete, so they gave me a ghetto pass, and that's when they see you going somewhere, and they don't want to hold you back because you got promise. So they pretty much say, well, you know, he's all right. We can go ahead and give him the ghetto pass, and he can pass through. So that's pretty much
without
athletics.
pressuring you too much.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because within sports is a gang within itself. Being on the team and being able to have coaches around, positive role models around you. So it was a good gang. I mean, you got good gangs, you got bad gangs. You know, that's how I look at it.
Right, ones that are positive more or possibly could lead you down the negative side as well. You know what, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to see another video. This is called Half Breed, and we'll be back in just a few. Stick with us.
I be that half breed. Premature baby coming out the womb, like a flower before full bloom. Racism and poverty try to consume. Time out for pushing the broom. Many sad days, August, December, and June. Father looks like a bride without a groom, but I know my promise is coming soon. Be without sports is like a guitar out of tune. You can always be my beat and hear the boom. Blowing up like a balloon. You just tycoon. Be the good boy, opposite bad boy loon. Universal music group better make some room. Always blazing the trail like Daniel Boone. Don't believe there's been a man on the moon. Take away so I don't have to assume. Put some true love all over my spoon. Whole wide world, www.raccoon. Scandalous. I'll be that half breed, but Jesus loves me. Look at the family tree, look at the family tree. See, I'll be that half breed, praying for my enemies. No envy and jealousy, for His love set me free. I'll be that half breed, but Jesus loves me. Look at the family tree, look at the family tree. See, I'll be that half breed, praying for my enemies. No envy and jealousy, for His love. What color am I doesn't even matter. I hear all that chit chatter. Laughter be busting your bladder. Always be that half breed, but Jesus loves me. Unconditionally 360 degrees. Always on bending knees, praying for my enemies. For His love set me free. I'm a gladiator, but not a bad boy imitator. No raider, a traitor, judgment either now or later. Most of the world haters, schemers, and debaters. Take notes, email your native. Either choose life or choose a raider. Choose life or choose to think of fire. Generator, it's time to make your move. Choose the heavenly blue or choose to be that fool. Choose to love me as I love you. Or choose to have no clue and hate like you normally do. Always cool. I'll be that half breed, but Jesus loves me. Look at the family tree, look at the family tree. See, I'll be that half breed, praying for my enemies. No envy and jealousy, for His love set me free. I'll be that half breed, but Jesus loves me. Look at the family tree, look at the family tree. See, I'll be that half breed, praying for my enemies. No envy and jealousy, for His love. Fourth quarter, fourth and goal. The ball on the goal line, 2 seconds on the clock, I gotta score. But really though, as real as the winds blow, P.R.O. Time to win the game with the hand I was dealt. My journey been long, tough, and heartfelt. Many lonely nights by myself, many weapons with the belt. But always cool, never would I melt. It's time to rise, wipe every tear from my eyes. Fly those grinning skies, visualize my prize. No one do I have to try, I finally got a piece of the pie. Let me testify. I chose to live and not die. I chose to laugh and not cry. I chose to climb and not slide. I chose the truth and not lies. I chose to be me, not you. I chose to be always cool. Favorite color, heavenly blue, thought you knew. You had no clue. I'll be that half breed, but Jesus loves me. Look at the family tree, look at the family tree. See, I'll be that half breed, praying for my enemies. No envy and jealousy, for His love set me free. I'll be that half breed, but Jesus loves me. Look at the family tree, look at the family tree. See, I'll be that half breed, praying for my enemies. No envy and jealousy, for His love. Shit. What color is love? What color is love?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kids Talk Gang Talk. I'm your host, Jennifer Lee Trendowski, and we are back here with the Ambassador. Thank you again for being on our show.
You're welcome.
I want to ask you, do you feel, a lot of people in the nation today, around the world, think that certain rap artists, certain music lyrics turn kids bad. Do you feel like violence in kids, anger in kids stems from that or from something else?
I believe it's the eye gate and the ear gate. Your eye gate and your ear gate. So whatever you see and whatever you hear is going to create the person. If it's positive influence throughout your life, that's what you're going to get. If it's negative influence throughout your life, that's what you're going to get.
Do you think that a child can grow up in an area, rich or poor or middle class, and still have the same opportunities no matter what class or what area of town or the city you come from?
Maybe not when you're starting out, but when you can finish in a good position. I'm not saying that poverty is the end all, but it's definitely challenging to come from a impoverished situation compared to coming from Beverly Hills. But you still got your money can create evils as well. There's drugs. It costs money for drugs. It costs money for a lot of situations. And if you're lost, no matter if you're in the ghetto or Beverly Hills.
No, it's really interesting because I meet so many young kids who are just feel so angry and hopeless that they say, you know, I come from a broken home, my parents don't care about me, or I live with foster parents, and you know what, there's no hope for me, nobody cares about it, there's no hope for me at all. What do you have to say to that?
Hope is what I base my life on. I'm hopeful, I'm not hopeless. I pray for the homeless, I pray for the foodless, because a lot of times people can bless somebody with food, but they still homeless. And it's like you got to be able to give hope to somebody, and that's by doing going the extra mile. So I've always believed in hopeful situations. No matter what you see, it's what you can do to help that situation.
And how do you give somebody hope? Or what's one way to do that, you think?
Teach them trade, education. You can't just give them something. You got to teach them so they can sustain themselves, so they can be self-sustained. So they're not pretty much like same position when you leave them. Mm-hmm. You leave them in the same position if you don't teach them and educate them to be able, just like preventing drugs, you got to prevent it before it's there. Mm-hmm. So in order to see them in the prison, why go visit them when you can stop them from even going there? So it's about preventing. It's about prevention. And
do you feel that your music is just one of the tools or one influence a kid could have that might change his life?
Well, my motto is, I can show you better than I can tell you. I live it. I live a righteous life. I live a upstanding life. I want to be a good citizen. I want to be a community-based individual. I don't want to leave it on somebody else. I want to stand up for my integral position.
What would you say to a kid that has already started to go down the wrong path, maybe selling drugs, hanging out with the wrong people? How, for somebody who's already started to go there, what person can they go to find help or to change around their life or to find that little spark of hope?
Well, there's a lot of churches on the corners. There's Boys and Girls Club. That's where I grew up in that situation. Sports, athletics. There's a lot of different avenues. We all got talents. We got to use them. If we use them, we'll lose them. So the best thing I can say is your parents. If you don't have parents, your grandparents. I was raised by my grandmother. So she instilled, if you can dream it, you can live it. So that's my motto.
Do you think that kids are primarily influenced by peer pressure, or do you think that the family also has part on making that decision of where their path is?
Peer pressure is going to always be, just because people are insecure with themselves in different seasons of their lives. But parents is definitely a key factor to your self-esteem. Growing up, family is lost in this society, and I got a word for it. It's called suicidity. It's where we're allowing the children to raise themselves. Latchkey situations where they go home and there's nobody there to cook for them, to teach them anything, to give them good morals and beliefs.
And do you think that part of that is because the parents are struggling to support themselves and their family, especially in being in a country where everything is so expensive?
In some cases, but some cases it's just you got to be responsible. Mm-hmm. You got to set goals and situations in your family, because if you don't take care of your family, you ain't gonna take care of the community.
We're going to take a really, really quick break, and then we're going to come back and wrap up our discussion. Thank you so much for being with us. Sit back, sit tight, and we'll be back soon.
In an emergency, doctors you've never met will have only moments to make decisions about your care. They'll need information quickly: your conditions, allergies, medications, physician and family contacts. But you may be unconscious or in so much pain that you can't recall critical details, and the risk of complications can increase significantly. Medic Alert provides this information within seconds. Help us help you by wearing the Medic Alert emblem. Call now for free information.
You got this, friend?
Kids talking gang talk, walking gang walk. 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 Today I had a slight confrontation.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kids Talk Gang Talk. I am here with the ambassador today talking about early gang prevention and what we can do as a community to be able to head kids toward the right path in the positive way before it's too late. And what are some things a community can do as a whole to help kids start to follow the right path?
Number one, get involved. Don't always pass it on to the next parent or the next governor, the next mayor, the next. There is no next. Do what you got to do while you're there. Everybody can play a part.
I think a lot of people tend to blame their communities and, well, you know, it's the governor's fault or the mayor's fault or president's fault. It's everybody else's fault. What can a person do, say they don't have a lot of time, a lot of finances, what can they do to chip in to help make more of a positive community?
There's plenty of things you can do. One of the foundations I'm setting up is I grew up without a father, so the situation is when you fatherless, you got to be able to lock in on a situation where you can help somebody else out, so they don't have to go that route. And it's the same way if you're in poverty, then you're supposed to help out. If you're making millions of dollars playing basketball, football, running track, using your talent, you got to go back to the community where you started at and where you grew up at, and reach one, teach one.
And you said you're starting a foundation?
Yes.
Is it similar to Big Brother, Big Sister, or is that?
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. And it kind of does the same thing, where you sort of mentor an adolescent.
Yeah, it's like
or
that.
A child.
It's a daddy-me situation where so many, 75% of the world's growing up without fathers in the household.
Wow.
Because of incarceration and because of the war and because of just gang violence that's killing our youth and killing young dads at a young age, that the child is left to be raised by the mom and the grandmothers. And that's atrocity.
So you're taking other gentlemen like yourself and sort of mentoring kids and stepping in as that father figure, as that male figure in their life to give them that kind of guidance.
Exactly.
That is really, really wonderful. How long have you been working on this project or foundation?
All my life, because I've been pretty much fatherless all my life. But now I have a son of my own. So now I can really do it because I know how to do it.
Did you have another kind of mentor growing up then? Who was your positive male figure?
My coaches.
Your coaches?
Yeah.
And how old is your son?
He's 17.
He's 17.
Yeah.
Is he into the music industry as well?
Yeah, he's in the studio as we speak.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Singing and rapping, and do you guys perform together?
Yeah, we're working on 3 songs this year together.
Wow. Do you hopefully want to put an album together with him?
The album's put together already.
Oh, it's put together already.
It's just I got the perfect timing.
And do you feel like he's made good choices because you have been there for him and have showed him the right paths?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Now, what is your goal music-wise? What do you want to hope to achieve within the next 5 to 6 years?
Oh,
that is
the Grammys.
The Grammys.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. The little.
That's why I wear the hat. That's my signature. That one
the
side,
ultimate award.
The ultimate award.
And for a kid who's out there right now, to kind of close off the night, who says, you know what, I'd love to get into that. I'm talented. I've composed songs here and there, but you know, it's hopeless. I've dropped out of school. I don't have anyone to help me, no one to support me. What is one thing you would tell them right now, if you could send out a message to them?
I'm gonna talk to you. Be real about yourself. Be real to yourself. Believe in yourself, because nobody else is gonna believe in you if you don't. And if you can dream it, you can live it. And my motto is, show me better than you can tell me.
We want to thank everybody for being out there tonight and watching our show and supporting Kids Talk, Gangs Talk. Please stay tuned in for the next time. I'm your host, Jennifer Lee Trendowski. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for being on our show. And let's keep talking about the problems of gang violence. And remember, keep walking in the light of peace and spreading hope. Good night, everybody. That's a wrap. And we're going to be closing with When Will It End?
Why they getting high? The pain contemplating suicide. All these niggas trying to ride and die. You never lie. That's right. You better look toward the sky and see tomorrow's light. I'm walking tight all day, all night. Always reporting the good news in sight. I'm not saying you don't have to fight to survive. That's alright. Do you have to choose life to stay alive? Pass the test so you can testify. I've always believed I can fly. God be my wings. Sometimes you don't have to ask why. You don't have to ask why. Why? When will it end? Crime and corruption. When will it end? When will it stop? You should celebrate. Right? Don't you know it's the sign of the times? Nigga, you can't read your mind. Your unconditional love this time. So you finally knew your mind. That peace and joy, happiness combined. Love and hate is a thin line. Serenity and tranquility you want to find. Spreading the good news and love all the time. Don't you even know why I rhyme? I'm putting something on your mind. When will it end?